So Anna-san or
Yeah.
Lia-san,
Time to start. I see that our startups are already joining us and our judges are online. Let's do this.
Okay. Can you mute? Hold on a second.
Yes, I see, and we are trying to mute.
Hold on a second.
Everyone is muted.
Okay.
Startup, please startup number 4. Rana, mute yourself for a while. Good.
Let's do it. Is my screen clear?
Yeah. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to greet you today at the Unicorn Battle in Tokyo. It's our premiere, so I am really happy that you all are here today with us. Let me introduce my colleague, Anna Fedorova, CEO of the Unicorn Cup and CEO of Startup.Network. Please, Anna.
Hi, Lila. I'm really glad to be here today in Tokyo. It has been my dream always to come to Japan, and I really wish that in like sometime when some time passes, I will really be there in person and meet you all in person, of course. But I'm really glad that our unicorn battle is happening in Tokyo right now. And it's happening thanks to our sponsors. First is our global platinum sponsor, Network VC California Seed Fund, and our global golden sponsor, ICU Ventures. ICU Ventures is a Kiev and London-based venture capital fund that invests in technology companies with ties to Central and Eastern Europe, focused on helping ambitious founders to build global businesses. ICU Ventures makes late seed and Series A investments across the tech spectrum. And our global silver sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. And I would like to remind everyone that the winners of the Unicorn Battle in Tokyo will join all the winners of the preliminary battles and be taking part in our Summer Cup that will be happening online. Please put dates in your calendar, July 28th, July 29th, and July 30th. There'll be a 3-day event for each time zone. So we're starting with the Hong Kong time zone on July 28th, then will be London time zone, July 29th, and San Francisco time zone on July 30th. Every day, 47 winners of preliminary battles of all over the world will be pitching for the 150 VCs, international top VCs from all over the world. And I would like to welcome everyone to join us. Our preliminary battles have taken place in 50 major cities of the world. We had scored more than 3,500 startups. We had seen live more than 300 startups already. We will see 7 wonderful startups today from Japan. And of course, we are welcoming partners and sponsors to be part of this gala event that will be happening at the end of July. I would like to introduce you to our company. We are a smart ecosystem of online solutions and platforms that helps to solve almost any task in the field of innovation and venture market. The core of our system is Startup.Network itself, which is a marketplace where startups, real businesses, entrepreneurs that have only like raw ideas can publish their profiles, can publish their startups and projects and attract investments. And on the other hand, the investors can be part of our platform looking for the great deals to invest in. The oldest part of our ecosystem is Unicorn Battles. The Unicorn Battles is a great opportunity for startups to find their investors and for investors to find the startup to invest in. And we are inviting partners to do battles with us because our goal to do them in every city of the world that has a startup ecosystem. We, as you see on the map, we have managed to do the startup unicorn battles all over the world, but there are still some spots left. So if you present a city or a country that we haven't been in yet, please approach me or Lilia, and we will talk about the partnership. And we would like you to be the part of our great ecosystem. We started doing our battles back in 2009 and have done more than 210 battles already. We do them on permanent basis in the United States, 12 of them in Silicon Valley where our headquarters are. And we do them on permanent basis in Asia, in Europe, and used to do them offline, and hope when time will be right, we will be back with our offline format. But online format is also a great opportunity. You can now join us to see our battles in any part of the world. Get in touch with every VC that is joining us for the battle almost in any part of the world. I would like also to introduce you to our pre-acceleration program, Silicon Finance. Silicon Finance is designated for startups willing to apply to top American accelerators. We help them to relocate to United States and grant them funds and services worth $50,000. We invite best speakers and mentors to coach our startups online and offline for our acceleration program. So startups, join us to become a better version of yourself. The most recent part of our Smart Family is Network VC Fund with two current strategies. First one, to participate as an investor in our pre-acceleration program for the chosen startups. And the second one, to be a lead investor in our Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund. It's a great opportunity for everyone. Please join us. And a Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. It's a special structure that allows venture syndicates for different startups be easily organized. Now, any investor, starting with a little check as $10,000, is able to join our syndicates to get an access to the best startups that we had found through our global network. And the most recent part of our family is VC House, which is a closed community and network that is created exclusively for the VCs, where they can exchange deals and participate as lead investor. And what is more, it's a platform for specialized offline events where VCs can find investors for their fund. So please join us if you would like to be a part of our VC house. Please write to me or write Lila, and we will get you connected to the head of our VC house, and you will proceed further on. We would like to see you being a part of our community. So that's briefly it, and I would love to talk to you about our startup family, which I really love a lot and like when it's expanding. But we need to go back with our unicorn battle in Tokyo. So I'm back to you, Lila.
Great, thank you, Anna. So before we'll start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges. And we will start with our co-organizer who joined us with this event in Tokyo, our great friends, Platinum QDAO Engineering Company. And I'm happy to introduce you to Dan Homenko. It's co-founder of the Platinum.Fund. Dan, are you here with us right now?
Good afternoon, guys, and good evening in some areas. Yep, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for an invitation. It's great to have such events in such challenging times, but I'm sure many people would love to participate in such extraordinary opportunities like this. So,
okay, thank you. And I know that your colleague, your partner in crime, Anton Zitkowski, also is with you here today.
Hello. Yeah, so what Anton and me, yeah. And I was just quickly saying that Platinum QDAO it's a dedicated company for many Japanese users. We've been working in Japan for a very, very long time, and Japan is a very special market for us. We're trying to be very, very, you know, convenient to our users in Japan, because Japanese culture is very different from the rest of the Asian countries, and they love technology. They love advanced progress in some areas such as blockchain, and you know, we love to offer that opportunity, especially such a beautiful streaming for startup competitions, and I'm sure many Japanese users right now are watching this stream, and they will appreciate all of your beautiful information and extraordinary technological advantages, and you know, I'm sure Anton will share more information with you. So Anton, I'll pass it on to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dan, and thank you, Lilia, for invitation. And I really appreciate how hard you are working. And I understood that it wasn't so easy to organize this event, but my huge appreciation for your support, how you made it. It's really awesome. And I'm wondering how two ladies are organizing so much events in the whole world. It's really crazy. But so big respect to you. So. Yes, we are working in Japanese market, and I think it will be a synergy if you start to work together, if you start to represent you at Japanese market to promote startup battles in Japan, and hopefully maybe next year you can help us to grow our branch in the United States. So our Japanese community continuously asking us to open a branch in the United States, and with that we already decided that we will go to the United States. So we need more friends in California, in Silicon Valley, and I think it's a really great start for our friendship and partnership.
That's wonderful. Great to have you guys here. And if you see only me and Lila, it's because Lila was the event manager in Australian event, and now she's in Tokyo event. But there is a huge team working behind the scene. And we have event managers for different regions. So I would love to see you more in our everywhere. And of course, like in person in the United States together with us as well.
Thank you so
great
much.
to have you. Yeah, Lila, let's move on.
Yeah, let's get back to our partners. So I'm happy to introduce our partners, Silicon Finance Pre-Acceleration Program and Finnish Business Acceleration Program, Energy Spin. They support our events actually for Scandinavia region, and now they're eager to get more interesting startups from the Japan, and that's why they're here with us today. So thank you, and let's move on. Next slide, please. Good. I'm happy to introduce you to my colleague, Yulia Andrievska. She helped me to organize this event for all of you today, and she will meet us with the agenda. Please, Yulia.
Thank you, Lilia, so much for giving me the floor. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Hello, everybody. And please let me share our today's agenda. So first, we will start with the jury introduction. Every jury will present yourself during 1 minute. And then we'll pass to startup competition. Every founder will have only 3 minutes for pitching, and then additional 3 minutes for asking different questions by the judge or just comments, suggestions, and so on. And this part will be the largest, I guess. So, and the next will be the winner's announcement. And after that, we will have a wonderful networking. So we will be able to discuss different interesting information and etc. So I want to, I guess that you will join our event today, and good luck to startups. Thank you so much for being here. And Lilia, please go ahead.
That's great that you're talking, but you're muted again.
Yeah, thank you, Yulia. It was really great. So, let's do a great part. Our great expert board. Dear judges, I'm really grateful for all of you because you volunteer your valuable time for our event today. Please introduce yourself and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, geographical location of startups you are interested in. We will start with Alexander Soroka, CEO of Startup.Network and founder. Please, Alexander,
Yes,
free to give a word, please.
thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and thanks for coming for our today's unicorn battle. Our fund network VC usually invest in USA-based startups on the seed or late seed stage, and our usual check is from 50 to 250K. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know that maybe dear Roman Nikito from ICU Ventures would like to be the next one.
Yes, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all
Sure.
fine.
Yes, very happy to be finally again in Tokyo. It's a good city that is like nothing else. I'm from ICU Ventures. We're happy to be sponsoring this beautiful world-class event. By now, it's a global event which started from a small idea at the beginning. We're looking forward to hearing the startups pitching from Japan. We are actually Kiev and London-based VC fund that invest at the late seed and round A from 200 to a million. We keep 30% of our global opportunities, even though our fund is mostly focused on companies originating from Eastern Europe. I'm looking forward to all the exciting projects today.
Okay, thank you so much. Also, I will happy to give a word to our great friend, Judge Takeshi Ito. I know you're here with us. Please introduce yourself and your company.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad to see you all today. My name is Takeshi Ito, and I'm the founder and CEO of IMG Global Inc. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to establish recruiting and educational business, especially in the medical field, and also a recruiting business for blockchain engineers. And I'm also working heavily with blockchain tech company, which is called the Platinum Engineering, which is working as an organizer this time for this event. So I'm very proud to be a part of this event and looking forward to hearing all the pitches. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So maybe someone else also would like to introduce you.
Yeah, judges, you can go ahead and pitch in. There is no special list of judges. Yeah, Ruchi, I see you unmuted yourself. Maybe you speak up.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Dr. Ruchi Dana. I'm a doctor and a Stanford MBA. I represent Dana Family Office. I'm logged in here from Dubai. So we invest in worldwide startups, mainly in the early and pre-seed stage. We also do some pre-IPO deals. Our ticket size is usually 100 to 250K, and I'm looking forward to the startups here. Thank you so much.
Great to have you.
Thanks.
Yes. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, my name is Akshay Kumar Sharma. I'm an associate partner with McKinsey & Company in Tokyo. Looking forward to this wonderful event, and thanks to all the startups for presenting, and thanks to the organizers for having me today. Looking forward to this event. At McKinsey & Company, we are always open to look for collaborators as well as for acquisitions. That's something we do, and also, connect possible venture capitalists across the globe. So very interested in Japanese startups, but if there are startups from other parts of the world, interested in them as well. Check size for the good thing. There's always a good check size.
That's good. Yeah, today we're gonna have only Japanese startups, like we are having local startups, but international VCs. So like, come with us to all the locations, and you will see the startups from all over the world.
I am most gladly be open to. I'm very gladly open to that idea, and would look forward to it.
Great, great to have
Anna,
you.
Anna, why don't I go next? My name is Paul Chong. I am the managing partner of Knights Capital Partners, which is a private equity fund in Malaysia and in Hong Kong. We do two things. We invest in pretty mature companies going into an IPO on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange main board, or we sponsor SPACs or special purpose acquisition companies for younger companies going for a listing on NASDAQ. Our standard check size is around about 500,000 to $1 million US.
Wonderful. Great to have you today. Yes. Next one.
Hi, I'm Guillermo.
Hi,
Guillermo. And hi, and I'm one of the partners of Validate Venture Partners, and we help startups to actually grow and gain traction, mostly in the US and in Europe, but we're currently looking to kind of get into the Asian scene. And yeah, ultimately, we like to connect the startups that we're helping with funding. So we're curious to see the talent level that Japan has to offer.
And you're from South Africa, right?
Almost.
Don't forget to mention that. Yes. And next.
Hi, I'll go next. Hi, my name is William Du. I'm from Engineers House based in Kuala Lumpur. Over the last 3 months while I'm stuck at home, we invested in 3 companies. One fintech, we just go live on the ECF platform in Malaysia. And another company is an e-commerce platform that actually delivers, we call it village chicken in poultry. Okay, so he goes to farm, collect fresh chicken, and then deliver to your doorsteps. Okay, and finally, investor relation platform. Okay, so these are the 3 activities that we invested, 3 companies that invested over the last 3 months, and our ticket size is around 100 to 250,000 US. Thanks.
Wonderful. Welcome to our battle in Tokyo. Yes, and there are so many wonderful people with us today. Speak up. Come on, let startups know who to address, who to ask contacts.
Shall I go?
Hi, Andrew. Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. It's Adam, actually.
Oh, hi, Adam. Sorry, I was looking at Andrew, who unmuted himself. Yes, Adam. Yeah,
no
go ahead.
You can go after me, Andrew. So thanks again,
Sounds
everyone,
good.
for joining today, and thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me, and thanks for organizing the event. My name's Adam Clayton Platt. I'm the COO of Rainmaking Innovation Japan, and we run the Startup Bootcamp Scale Osaka program. And it's an equity and fee-free opportunity for mature startups from anywhere in the globe, typically Series A and beyond, to pilot their technology with our large conglomerate partners in Osaka. And so we provide hands-on their business. Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Somebody muted me. We provide hands-on support to accelerate startups' business development here in Osaka, and we're currently scouting for our 2020 program, actually. So we're looking for startups in 14 different verticals under the broad theme Smart Cities and Living. So yeah, if you're a startup that thinks you might be relevant for our corporate partners here, just Google SBC Scale Osaka, and you can reach out to me on LinkedIn too.
That's wonderful. You can share your contacts in chat for everyone to see if you would like to. And Andrew, you're the next.
Thanks, Anna. My name's Andrew Ive. I'm from Big Idea Ventures, hence the, hey, my finger's invisible, hence the logo above my head. We have a fund called the New Protein Fund. We invest globally. We have offices in Singapore currently and in New York City. We're expanding into other other offices as well, but we do invest globally. We already have 25 great companies in our portfolio. We're focused on plant-based foods, cell-based foods, technologies and ingredients that will facilitate plant-based and cell-based. We have 2 stages of investment. We invest at the seed stage, $200,000. So we're very similar, for example, to Y Combinator and 500. We do have an accelerator component out of Singapore and out of New York currently. We also have a second part of the fund where we can invest between $1 and $3 million on great companies. We're backed by Temasek out of Singapore. We're also backed by Tyson Foods and Bühler in Switzerland and others. So we're very focused on the food space, specifically plant-based and cell-based technologies.
That's great. That's very interesting. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Anna.
And?
Yeah, I'll go next. So I'm also part of Big Idea Ventures. So my name is Dr. Dalal Gawas. I have a PhD in food science and technology. So my role at Big Idea Ventures is the program director for the accelerator program. And we do a lot of technical due diligence as well as strategic partnerships moving forward. Happy to be with everyone today.
Great to have you as well. Eugene, I see.
Yeah, may I jump in? Yeah, my name is Evgeny. I speak on behalf of Positive Dialogue and AXD Capital. We are based in Moscow. So Positive Dialogue is the company that promotes international dialogue between countries and nations by strengthening positive ties between representatives of the business community, scientists, cultural, art and sports figures. And AXD Capital is an impact investment evangelist, combining private capital and innovations that promote the development of the impact sector in Russia and the CS countries in close cooperation with international partners. So the AXD Capital has a successful experience and expertise in the field of investment management and the implementation of investment projects and brings smart money. It is because investing in positive innovations requires knowledge, focus, and experience. So we wish all startups good luck, and I'll be happy to interact with promising startups from Japan. Thank you.
That's great.
Okay, so can I?
Sure, you should.
Right. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Kanehiro from Agorize. And actually right now I'm in the Agorize in Japan. We are trying to support corporations and then startups to make connections and then also the projects. And then also as one of the startup community member in the Shibuya city, and then I got a message from Shibuya city as well. And then they are really welcome the startups who can do the POCs or projects in the Shibuya city areas. So yes, please, in the last, thank you very much for inviting me. And then it is my honor to be here. Thank you very much, everyone.
It's an honor to have you.
Probably I will go next.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Matthew Zhao. So likewise, I have a PhD in food science technology, and I'm one of the Idea Ventures that is in the Singapore cohort. So what we do is I help the companies that we, in our portfolio companies in the technical area, so to build up their capabilities in terms of their product and also in their technology as well. So thank you so much for having us on this panel session. I'm looking forward to the pitching. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you.
I'll go now.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Megumi from Osaka Innovation Hub, and we are located in the heart of the city, and we are supporting entrepreneurs, investors to connect with each other. And then so I'm so looking forward to see and meet entrepreneurs and startups here today. Thank you for inviting.
Great to have you.
Okay, can I go for next?
Sure, you should.
Hi, Hiro from AC Investment. Thank you for inviting me for this opportunity. So we are Japan origin private equity fund. Now we have a base in Singapore. And I've done 40, 50 plus deals in the past in the 12 years of the business. Accumulative investment have reached over 1.6 billion. Something unique about us is that we have funds on a deal by deal basis. So our deal has ranged from 1 million to 400 million in the maximum. So in the Japan scene, we have recently made investment into Smart News, one of the news aggregation tech, Series E round as a lead investor. And I'm also looking for like the SaaS, software as a service business model at this point. And for the seed and this early stages, I'm still in the process of launching a team on this. So I've done 4 or 5 of these series investment personally with my own assets, which ranging from 30 to 100K per deal. And looking forward to hear a lot of opportunities in this session. Thank you very much.
That's wonderful. Let's move on. Anyone wants to speak up? Anyone wants to speak up one? Anyone wants to speak up two?
Yep, with great pleasure.
You just made it.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Denis Walvachov. I'm a senior managing partner at Quarter Partners. It's Eastern Europe capital fund, a venture capital fund. And before joining Quarter Partners, I was managing director of the largest bank in Eastern Europe. So now, if to talk about Quarter Partners, our ticket size is around $500,000 to $1.5 million. And we are focused on investments in such industries as medtech, food tech, logistics, and IT solutions for corporations, such as big data, blockchain, and so on. So we are focused on investments in such startups on round seed and A. And I wish luck to everybody. Thank you.
Great to have you with us, Denis. And I see Volker. I just saw him right.
Hey, good evening. Greetings from Taiwan.
You made it.
Yeah, you guys are doing amazing. It's wonderful to be a part of such a global audience. I used to fly around the world all the time. Now I just dial in Zoom calls. I wish I was in Tokyo. I really like Tokyo. So I represent the Trans-Pacific Technology Fund. It's a $100 million Series A investment fund backed by the Taiwan Sovereign Wealth Fund and by the US National Laboratories through Battelle. And we are looking at deep tech startups, ideally that we can integrate with our existing portfolio from a business model perspective, and we invest globally. And then lastly, we also run the Mosaic Venture Lab, which is purely based in Taiwan to work on POCs with international corporates and Taiwanese corporates and startups, of course, for the transportation industry. Again, thanks for having me.
I'm really glad that you're with us. And anyone else?
We have 3 minutes for...
Anyone else? Who wants to use 3 minutes? No one? Anyone else? 1? Anyone else? 2? Anyone else? 3? Sold. Lila, you're the next one. Well, hold on a sec. I'll have to share my screen again. Yes, we are here.
So thank you all. And the most important part, how to vote for the startups who have to win today.
Exactly.
So dear judges, you get your personal link for a voting platform. It is already in your mail. If you don't have your personal link, please tell us in our chat. We will send you immediately. So you have to put marks depending on investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark and 1 is the lowest. And the system is pretty simple. Don't forget to log in while you go through your link.
Yeah, it basically looks like you press the link you got in the mail, you address to our event page, you scroll down to the startup section, and as you see it right here, you see the numbers beneath each startup, and while they're presenting, you can evaluate them. You can always come back and change the mark if you change your mind for some reason. And
this information is for you. You have a great opportunity to support our participants. You can register at our event landing page and give your like to favorite startups. They need your support. So it would be a kind of award best startup for our event. And um, if you need a link, please also tell our support team, and we will send extra details. So you can have a look on our startups, and it's time to start to begin our show.
It's a show time, right?
Right. There's a moment. Our first startup has technical issues, so we will start with the second one.
Yeah, and dear startups, please don't forget to turn on your camera while you're pitching and during the Q&A session. It's a courtesy to everyone to see you in person.
Yeah. I'll remind that startups have 3 minutes to pitch and 3 minutes for a Q&A session. And then if you, dear judges, have extra questions, please text it to our chat. And while networking session, we'll have the opportunity to come back and discuss any extra details or something else. So, dear startup, get ready and let the show go on.
Exactly. Cool, we're starting with?
We're starting with a startup which is called Plastalist.
Okay, yeah. So can I share my screen?
Sure.
Right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see your screen, and your video is also good. Great.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Hi, we are Plastalist of AC Bio. We have a catalyst to create circular economy of plastic waste. So as you know, ocean plastic waste is one of the biggest challenges, including airlines and different places. And there are 3 methods to recycle plastic waste. First is that the material recycling, mechanically recycle, or thermal, generate electricity from the waste, and chemical recycling that we propose today. But however, plastics are always mixed and dirty and multi-layered, which is quite difficult to mechanically recycle plastic waste. But if we incinerate or burn them, that creates a dioxin greenhouse gas emission, tar, as well as high capex and opex because of the high temperature of the reaction of the waste. So what we propose is a chemical recycling instead, which can recycle the non-recyclable plastic waste and turning them into biofuels, carbon virgin plastic materials, rather than sending them all the way to incinerators or landfills. So we have 2 different types of catalyst. First one is the Kasumi, which we have already commercialized. That is to carbonize organic waste mixed with the plastic waste on site at the lowest temperature in the world available right now. We are also developing Plastalist to decompose plastic waste such as PET bottles, nylon, and polyethylene. We already have machines that can accept up to 24 tons per day. Our advantages is a decentralized eco-friendly solution so that clients can save waste shipment and we can save the energy cost up to 50% because of the lower temperature of the reaction. The reaction itself is zero greenhouse gas emission and zero dioxin, so it is a clean solution, as well as the clients can sell the carbon generated from plastic waste. The applications of carbon generated are for bioplastics, fuels, and so on. The market is growing to 19 billion US by 2026. Our business model is that we manufacture and sell, and the catalysts are consumable. So it's like an espresso model. The catalysts are coffee for us. So the traction we have is that we are ready to sell the Kasumi for carbonization. We have already received 5 LOIs in Europe and in Japan. We are developing further to increase our efficiency. Here's our team. We have combined 100 years of in the industry on plastic. I myself used to invest on the plastic and petrochemical industry, and Dr. Atsushi is a specialist on material science on the catalyst. We have 2 more engineers and 1 professor as an advisor from Osaka University to develop our catalyst further. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
Good, thank you. You're in time.
Yeah.
Nice to have such results. So, dear judges, don't be shy and ask great questions.
Should we just ask here or put it in the Q&A option in Zoom?
No. You can ask here. We have 3 minutes to live chat.
All right. Thank you, Tadashi-san, for your presentation. I just want to know, Japan is the highest rate. Japan has the highest rate in plastic recycling, right? It's 84%, and it's bigger than anywhere in the world. What was your motivation to go after this idea? And if this idea is implemented, how much additional delta would you add to this recycle rate percentage?
Yes, sure. There are really two reasons in Japan or in the world, because when we incinerate or burn plastic waste, which can also including as a recycling of plastic waste in Japan, it is always generates dioxin greenhouse gas emission tar, and it requires high capex, hundreds of millions US to make a single furnace. However, our solution is that we can recycle plastic waste on site and also cheaper capex and opex. The second reason is that there are several options, should have several options of recycling plastic waste, not necessarily a centralized solution, but also decentralized solutions, such as, for example, islands in Okinawa or Hawaii that we can recycle on site as well.
Okay, and if your idea is implemented, how much additional plastic recycle rate would you get into Japan?
Do you mean plastic? So the more clients can buy, we can recycle, but we can accept any type of plastic waste. So we can add more plastic recycling rate in Japan if we don't count thermal recycling.
Okay, thanks.
So we have just time for one question. More questions here in judges? If not, we'll go next. So
yeah, I've got a question.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thanks you for presentation, Mr. Tadashi. I just really wondering whether you recycle only plastic or organic food waste as well, and what's the KPI? Is it like 95% of the whole plastic, or there are some residuals? Just keen to know more about that.
Yeah, so our recycling rate is around between 10 and 20% in terms of the weight, because the majority of the waste of plastic and organic includes 50% of the water. So if we count in water within the waste, our recycling rate is around 10%. But if we don't count without water, we can recycle almost around 60% of the waste.
Okay, thank you so much. Your time is up. Of the next startup, it had to be the first one. Vishri, are you here with us? Please check.
Yeah, sorry, we had a small inconvenience with the setup today.
Okay. So
hopefully we're back.
Share your presentation, and you can start. As you start, your time is also going on.
Okay, sure. Can I share my screen?
Sure, do this.
Yeah. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good evening. My name is Abhinav, and we are going to present you our company Vishri. So every once in a while, there comes a few companies that can actually make a difference in society, that can help build a stronger one indeed. So the product that we are introducing is one of them, and we call it Vishri. So if we see the current problems of society, there are multiple categories that get ignored. So what our app does is that it's an online convenience lifestyle platform application where people can find help with your needs and interests. So if we in Japan, there are certain kind of categories of society that gets ignored. So the best example that we can take of is Japan has a vast majority of elder population that needs to be nurtured, taken care of both physically and mentally. So we can see many organizations and even government that are trying to find an efficient solution to make or nurture them in a way that's efficient. So we even include those kind of categories in ours so that they can uh, be better harmonized with the other category of society, such as say students looking for part-time work and foreign residents in Japan and working class people who needs help while they are working or they are busy, and such as office ladies and etc. So our solution is that our app Vishri solves the important problems in it. So in everyday life of an average citizen, there are multiple times where their everyday effort to complete their tasks can be reduced if they can get help from someone who can fulfill their interests or wishes. In that way, the person who's helping you can get beneficial too with the income and stuff. So that is our solution. So it's a platform where people can find guaranteed safe support from society around them. So as you can see, the platform is designed with thought, multiple scenarios, care, amazing technology, and different algorithms. So it also, like I said, includes specific categories of society such as elder people and teenage kids and stuff. So uh, we made the UI and UX compatible for everyone, and based on their input of age, the user experience would be different for each and every category of categories of society. Sorry. So our two sides of market has Vishri partner and a user. Partner is the one who helps, and the user is the one who needs help. So we take care that we connect with different sides of the market in a different way, in an engaging way, so that everyone can get what they need with utmost importance and care. So there are a few companies that are already in the market, but people have a very how do you say, strict opinion about them because of their way of handling businesses, and we took care that we don't uh, uh, misuse those negative points, and we convert them into strengths by changing them the way we handle businesses and the business model itself. So in this business model, we have like fewer transactions that involves lesser gateway charges, and which at the end benefits the customer and the company, both creating a win-win situation. And we have low efforts on partner down payments and stuff, and we have a very data privacy and security flow that user details doesn't get exposed very much often, like unlike the other companies.
Dear Afi, your time is up.
Okay.
Any questions, dear judges? We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for presenting. These apps are very tricky, right? To go viral with apps like this is difficult. So I'm curious, of course, how many downloads do you have? Are you in beta, or are you already
Oh,
have you launched?
we aren't into the market yet. We were about to launch it last month, but due to the whole current situation of the virus and stuff, we are planning to launch it next month with service like for example, we are including services based on the market need right now, such as like deliveries and stuff, and other helpful things where people can support you during
Right.
these times.
But I'm more interested in your user acquisition. How much will it cost you to get a user? Do you have any beta testing or any alpha testing? Have you done any
Yeah,
testing?
we had a pricing breakdown of per user limit that we that gets to acquire a user, and it came around 600 yen per install or per user to use the app at least once.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. But what we took care is that we when the user gets to it, he kind of uses it multiple times and he stays on the app. We have tested it with a group of 25 people, and out of them 21 were willing to use it twice or thrice.
Okay, so this is the concept right now. To make this investable in 2020, you would have to have at least somebody on your team who has generated millions of downloads, if not more, for somebody else that you can show, okay, you have a great UI UX that I hope is resonating with the market. You've done your testing, but how will you actually, like get users? If you can't demonstrate that, it's going to be very difficult to raise money.
I see. Yeah, I agree with your point, but yeah, sure, we are on to that. Since we do need an extensive, since we have an extensive marketing strategies and campaign, we were into having an early investment at seed stage before launching the app. So we're planning on that right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. We have to move on. So our third startup.
Yeah, one question. Thanks for presentation. Would you give some details about your use and pay technology? What does it mean and how does it work?
Pardon? I didn't hear your question, probably.
Would you give some details about your use and pay technology? How does it work? It was great. Use and pay, but your competitors works in pay and then
pay
use.
and use. So like what they do, their kind of business model is that people usually buy a huge number of stars or points on their app, and they kind of have that function to spend them. So it could be a huge loss for them because there are many reviews on Google right now on their apps that people don't trust with them buying such a huge amount of coins and stuff. What we do is similar, is a very similar structure to what Uber is. Say for suppose you get a service, you get to ride, and then you get to pay based on the ride. It's the same way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our third startup is ready. Please share your presentation.
Sure. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Hi, Anna.
One second. My name is Anna and I'm a founder of Minuki. Without further ado, let me introduce our startup. Pregnancy is often perceived by society as an exceptionally happy time in a woman's life. Although people tend to associate it with smiles, joy, or excitement, this is one of the most stressful periods of the woman's life. Pregnant women are often overwhelmed with the responsibility of eating well, staying healthy, and emotionally positive. But at the same time, they're constantly bombarded with some really genuine information that does not respond to their specific needs. Moreover, when everybody expects women to be happy during this time, it is especially challenging for them to share their worries and anxieties with others, be it their partners, families, friends, or co-workers. To solve this problem, we developed the U+Me pregnancy app, an app that supports pregnant women and improves their well-being. Our services first include a health tracking algorithm based on the novel AI machine learning approach that can monitor women's biological data, providing personalized insights related to a woman's emotional stability, symptoms, exercise, stress, and sleep levels, and give advice for improving well-being. Secondly, based on this data, we give nutritional advice. We generate a recommended pregnancy-specific menu for up to 7 days. We also provide emotional support. The app is done specifically for pregnant women to create and cherish the sense of community and mutual support. We encourage the participation of the woman's partner during the whole pregnancy period by sending notifications and advice on what kind of support is needed. Finally, all of the features are gamified and connected with a little baby character in the app who grows and develops as a woman's body changes. The normal nutrition balance and normal health status were defined together with the Gynecology and Obstetrics Department of Kyoto University and with the Melody International company, a developer of fetal monitors. As for the market, the overall femtech market, which covers all of these things and more, is said to be worth $50 billion by 2025. Statistically, the potential market size reached 900,000 pregnant women in Japan and 3 million women in Brazil. We conducted a survey of 100 pregnant women, both in Japan and Brazil. 95% of them experienced stress and anxiety during pregnancy, and 91% would use an interactive and personalized pregnancy app to guide them. That makes it up to around 900,000 potential users in these countries. We also plan to extend our services to developing countries in Africa and Southeast Asia to promote health and well-being for all, as in the SDGs 3, and to contribute to the reduction in the maternity mortality rate. We have a free version with paid functionalities of $5 per month based on the number of potential customers and conversion rate. Our sales projection until the end of the year 2020 are $16,000. We project to engage 100,000 people worldwide in the year 2021, so the revenue estimated to be $360,000. Finally, to fund our MVP, we have successfully launched a crowdfunding campaign and reached our goal in less than a week. We're actively looking for angel investors right now. Ominaki strives for the world where every pregnancy is a beautiful journey. Thank you very much.
Great. 3 minutes. You do Anna really good. So dear judges, feel free to ask any questions.
Yeah, hi Anna. I'll ask the first question. So I understand that you're making the app, but are there any sort of wearable devices or IoT components that you're building to support this and supplement it?
First of all, we're working with Apple Watch and Fitbits right now. But to use this app, it's not necessary to have hardware for now. We can track heart rate, for example, just using the camera of the phone. And the phone, without any hardware, the phone collects user data on a daily basis. So it's possible to use this app without any hardware.
Okay, thanks.
And the question for me, thanks a lot. Would you tell about your unfair advantages comparing with another market solutions?
First of all, for now, there are no pregnancy app that would use health tracking only for pregnant women. All of the apps, they're more concentrated on pregnancy-specific articles or something like that. This is a new kind of app. The second one is our collaboration with the Kyoto University and the Gynecology and Obstetrics department there. We were able to develop a really pregnancy-specific algorithm due to that knowledge and connection to the university.
Anna, are you able to get sponsorship or, what can I say, subsidies or even revenue from all the other parties that are in maternity care? And I'm talking about hospitals, clinics, pharmaceutical companies, toy companies, and so on?
Yes, for now we're looking to collaborate with we're located in Kyoto, with Kyoto Prefecture. This is our goal. However, our first step would be B2C. First, we're trying to get as many customers as possible. And then one of our goals is to go B2G and to collaborate with the Japanese government. There's maternal. Sorry, if this was a question, I wasn't able to hear.
It was an echo, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yes, our goal is to go B2G too, as there is maternity child handbook in Japan. And we think that we will be able to collaborate with hospitals and doctors too in the future.
Thank you, Anna.
I have a question, Anna, and this is based on, I just became a father like 2 months ago. So you said there are no existing apps. I would disagree to that, because we used apps throughout the pregnancy and some of them did have heart rate monitoring, etc. So maybe it's not localized to Japanese market, but apps do exist. Have you done research on that, or do you want to just keep it localized to Japanese market? And how would you handle, let's say, expats like such as me, for example, who are going to have babies in Japan, right? So how would you handle such cases?
First of all, I would say that there is no automatic input of data. All of the data is possible to input it manually, and there is no health insights for the apps that exist in the market now. That's what I meant. For the second part, could you please repeat the question? I did not really understand.
Yeah, I'm asking, like, are you going to focus only on Japanese speaking members, or are you going to support also expats living in Japan, like English speaking guys, or etc.?
Since first, physically, all of the members of the team are located in Japan for now, and we were admitted as we're a cohort member of Japanese incubator. We're starting with Japan, and we're focusing on the Japanese market now. However, our vision is to go global.
Oh, sorry, pardon me. I asked non-Japanese speaking people living in Japan, are you going to also target them? Because, for example,
Sure.
if I was to use this app, I cannot read it.
We have all the English translations. We use 2 languages, but it is Japan focused, but we have 2 languages. Yes.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Lilia, you're muted. We don't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, judges. Anna, please have a look on the chat. You have a question, and please prepare your answer to our networking session, because now we have no time for you. Sorry. So next, Turana Startup. Are you here? Yeah, I see you.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, thank you. And so let me share my screen here. Okay. Can you see the screen, right?
Right.
Okay, and so let me start the presentation. Then I'm Nori, and from Japan, and my company name is Trana, and we provide a toy sub. This is a service name, and then this is an educational toy and a personalized and a subscription rental services. So then a package is like this, and you can see then the boxes here, and some of the toys is assorted, and we provide this type of box and to the consumer market. So, and what is the problems and for the parents and about the toy market? And the toy market is a very traditional market, and so and each of the time the parents and go to the stores and or visit to the easy website and then see and then select the toys and then buy it. And then the children use it, but then almost a case, and the children doesn't like that, and then and bored and boring, and within 1 week or then 2 weeks, and then they board up, and then the toys and we will go to the storage box. So it's not happy. So our solution is we provide we make a plan and for each type of the children, and based on some of the data, like the age in the months and what toys in the home and what time and what type of the toys has a good rate and for each of the children or the same type of the children. And this is analyzed by the data analytics and framework. And so this and the data analytics and for the toys is our best asset and for this business. So and we create this plan and then ship to the customer. Then this is a cycle and for and how and our service works. And first, and our planner and creates a plan like the chart, and you can see there, and we create this. We select 6 of the toys and for each children. Then our cleaning team and create and clean the toys and send it to the customer, and the customer and send it back to us, and then we ship the next toys and to the customer, and then we clean it up, and this cycles continues again. So this is a subscription rental business and for the toy market. And this is an example of the toy and feedback analysis and what we did. like this, and you can see that a number 536, and then 1321 toys has a better relationship, and if then we assort and into the one box. So and we did again and again this type of data feedback, and so we know about then how we assort the toys. Then the market size is I'm working for the Japan market, but we will be into the China market. So the China market has a more bigger opportunity for us. Then the current business result is currently our monthly subscription fee is almost $30, and this is 3,340 Japanese yen. And then we have 4,500 active users, and then a renewal rate is 96%. This is I think that this is a very high renewal rate, I think. Then what is our strength is that we already tested over 1,600 toys, and then we have over 90,000 data, and then the cleaning and complaint rate is under 0.1%. So we this data and experience is our asset, and then this is very competitive for these services. Currently, our finance situation is, and we already raised $1 million and finance in the last year, and then this year, I want to raise $3 million like with you. Okay, so what is the future? So our future needs. Oh, looks like okay. Okay, and looks like that.
Your time.
Yeah, my time. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, guys.
It's okay. You have 2 questions in the chat. Please have a look, and we will answer, and then we'll have some more questions from our judges.
Sana, do you take the toys and back and there is expert and CBI because yes, right. And of course, we sanitize the toy, and we use some of the of course ethanols, and also some of the another type of the sanitize method that we have. And then currently, customer actually has concerns for the virus, but the we already have the track record, and then in Japan market, and we have the strong customers and confidence and for the cleaning.
Thank you. So more questions.
Sorry, I've got a question for Tadashi-san. When my child was young, I tried to give him more politically correct toys. Educational toys, constructive toys, but he wants Ultraman, he wants Power Rangers, he wants all these monsters. I mean, how are you going to compete against Hasbro and Bandai and all these big budgeting marketing budgets? I mean, how do you sway people to play, toys that you recommend as opposed to the toys that the kids want?
Okay. Now basically, then our focus and age is 0 years old, and older than 1 year old. Then they don't know about the character, and this is our sweetest market. Then they are growing up, and so right now we don't have any character or our own private brand, but in this year we create a private brand first, then 2 years later, we will be entered the IP market. Then we created our own character. Then I believe we can compete with the Power Rangers or then something if the children gets children is 3 years old or 4 years old.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have extra minutes for questions.
Yes, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you deal with the children always breaking their toys? So how do you deal with those damaged things, and if you have any specific ratio that so far?
Yeah, we already know about what type of the toys has that tend to break. And so before then we buy a lot of toys and we test, and then our cleaning team has some of the knowledge and for the breakings. And so if then our cleaning staff think about oh no, and this maybe then and may have then possibilities and to be broken, and so and it shall not be bought, and then we stop to buy. So then this is we already have the 1,600 toys testing. Then we know the method and for the breaking team.
I see. So so far the ratio is not too high.
Yes, right. And eventually, and it is not too high. And also then we have then our own toy and fixing the method. So and also then we have the maintenance staff and for the specific toys. Yeah.
Okay. I see. Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you so much. You did
Thank you, guys.
Presentation. So wait for the announcement of the winners. And dear judges, while the next startup, startup number 6 will join next, please don't forget to vote. As all of you have personal links, we need your help because we have to find out who will be the winner of today's event. Okay, dear startup, are you ready? Dear Action Research.
Okay, I'm ready. Just a moment.
Okay, take your time to prepare.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Sure, yeah, it works.
Can you see? Okay. Okay, let me start. Actions, I'm Tom Salo, CEO of CTOs. Actions is focusing on the healthcare business. Sorry. These companies started 2016, December 5. We've spent 3 years, 7 months, and we have the 3 products. Replica Generator 3 to make big data, Axia engine, estimations, health position, identification, health position, and future disease risk. And PHAT, healthcare platform, to make people get back more healthy position. Today, so many people have the concern about the COVID-19, like infections. Immune system is going well. It protects you, no problem, perfect. Similarly, the cancer cells, you had some concern about that. Our system is bringing, making standard deviations on the right side, upper hand, hemoglobin A1C, BMIs. We are making this kind of a heat map chart to identify, to make your health position, and it tells you some disease risk. For instance, today, if you meet medical doctors, and medical doctor might tell you, Vesoris, you are stage 4. In that case, pancreas cancer's case, just your 5 years surviving rate, 1.4%. It's too late. How to measure, how to trace your risk? It's our challenge. For instance, this kind of term, total available market, is huge, increasing this market. And we had, we had the advantage of visualization technology, and the competitors, it's very hard to make estimation, cancers, the others. We are using some scientific data based on that. Right now, the 2020, we had some betas the version prototype. And already we've started some business proof of concept with the pharmaceutical companies, system integrations companies, insurance companies. We are talking with them. This year's targeting revenues 1 million and 2 million between. Okay, so we are seeking. We have professional people like this, MDs, AI, PhD. Until today, we have collected 3 million US dollars. Right now, so seeking, so 1.8 million US dollars this year, especially out of Japan. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much. You are in time. And dear guests, do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi, thank you so much for the presentation. I was wondering, like, do you do some extra tests for the patients, or like with the available data that you get from the hospitals, you just work with that data, or do you also do like genetic tests or any other parameters?
Yeah, it is. It's really important. Right now, we are talking with a large company in the US. They are focusing on the early stage lung cancer. In that case, we need microRNAs or exosome analysis. Right now, we have expansions of up to 1 million people's data from the 10,000 people using the replica generator. Yes, so it depends. Right now, we have very, very healthy people, but the standard deviation pattern can tell you you are very, very close to some diseases or that diseases. We can make inference, within the 6 months or 1 year, you have a risk to be cancers or COVID-19. Your numbers showed some difficulties. In that case, you have risk. Even in ICUs, you might have severe damages. We know that. Therefore, it depends. Right now, the B2B models, it depends on our customers, strategic partners. They are asking us, they need this kind of solution or that solution. Yes, therefore, right now, we are using healthy people. But very soon, we are getting hospital patient people, and especially boundary, not the diseased people, not yet, but the stage 0, stage 1 cancers risk some people have. How to identify it's our challenge. Therefore, it depends, and we need some data in addition.
Great. Thank you. And next, more questions? We have around 40 seconds. Dear judges. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And next startup.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Our musical startup. One that really excited me because it's something incredible. So startup number 7, please.
Hi, let me share my screen.
Good.
Oops, wait a minute, please. Hello, hi, I am Akihide Hara. We have been developing, can you hear my voice?
Yeah,
Hello?
we see.
Sorry, we don't see you.
Oh.
We see an enlarged font. Yeah, that is good, yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's okay.
Yes, except the words are very big. We only see the middle part of your screen and not the sides. That was the problem with Sato-san earlier as well.
Oh, really?
It's okay. It's okay. It is one of his slides.
Is it okay? Okay. Hi, I'm Aki Hidehara. We have been developing a game-changing background music production service for our entertainment productions. First of all, I'd like you to listen to our prototype music. Do you think the music works as a background music? Well, actually, these are composed by our AI. Now, let me introduce myself. I am a professional music composer with tech skills. I'm also an expert of music information processing and innovative 9 patents granted around the world. That's my background. As you know, role of the background music is expand moods of contents. As a fact, I have seen most producers and directors only care that issues. So AI Composer can be the best partner for their business because that's enough simple for recent AI. Specifically, we are aiming game, film, and TV productions. Currently, productions cost a lot for difficulties of music and humans limit. Our AI solves all the problems by understanding customers' requirements with ordinary words and working with lightning speed. So no need to cost a lot anymore. This is a comparison between our AI and human composers. In terms of cost, we can reduce it to quarter or less. In terms of time, we can reduce it to 1/18. These are the release numbers in the markets. The biggest one is mobile game, which is more than 200,000 per year. We are planning business models combining freemium with traditional music production order. This is for game. With 5% of the market, we can calculate to make almost $600,000 per month. We are raising $500,000 to accelerate developing MVP and fund our startup in the US. Our expected exit is acquisition by a game platform builder like Google or Apple. They launched new game platforms in the last winter and need game developers to join them. However, recent game platforms are very high spec that are extremely increasing developers' job amount, so they need some help. One of the solutions is AI. Google has already provided an AI to reduce computer graphics job amount. Our service can be the solution too. Our team has only 2 members currently, me and my wife. I am working on system architecture and music information processing. My wife is working on machine learning and deep learning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akihide.
I've got a question for Hara-san. If you
Yes.
are using your AI machine to compose music, let's say for 2 movies or 2 games which are very similar, how would your AI, create 2 different background music? Or will the AI give something very similar to both movies because they are of the same theme or the same topic or same character for your games, let's say?
Okay, so we are planning some. We are planning something to let customers use with ordinary words to describe something like sad or happy, and with existing human composers' names. So you can divide the musicality between that kind of input information.
Okay, good. Sounds interesting. Dear judges, we have extra minute for questions.
How do you identify the different genres that would be generated for different kind of games or different kind of movies, etc.? Because like, what are your input parameters? How do you verify those themes, and like how does your AI modeling work?
it's actually, we don't have to divide that kind of element. Let me introduce some key components of our AI. Can you see my screen? Not anymore. Okay.
Just do it one more time.
Organizers, can we allow him to share his screen? Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So our AI has two key components. One is music information processor, and the other one is machine learning and deep learning. The music information processor is like a well-educated composer's brain, which knows everything of how to compose music. And on the other hand, machine learning and deep learning are like works like an analyst of characteristics of music. And when our AI compose music, they collaborate together, and then they create new music every time differently.
Okay,
based
and
on the
yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm a data scientist myself. Thank you. What is the accuracy rate that the music that is generated is likable for the, let's say, the topic that you are generating for the music for?
I'm sorry, I didn't get your point.
Yes. So when you generate music, what is the what is the rate of acceptance? Like, let's say you created something, your algo generated some music. What is the rate of acceptance that the person who requested for this music creation would like it? So the accuracy rate, as you call it.
I'm sorry, language program. Could you give me that question on the chat later?
Sure, I can do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Akifide. Thank you, dear judges. We are closing our voting system. You have extra 2-3 minutes to have a look on all startups. And if you want to change your mind, you can do it. So 2-3 minutes for all of you. And while you are preparing, I would like to give a word to our Alexander Soroka, CEO of Startup.Network. Alexander, I see that you are with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry, something wrong today with my camera, so I will try to turn on it a little bit later. But as I understand, we finished our official battle, and in a few minutes we will have results of today's event and who is the winner. And so just probably after that, I would like to invite you, I mean our judges who took part in our battle, to discuss a little bit about the venture ecosystem in Japan. Probably you will tell us a little bit about what's going on there. And so we have some questions to you.
Yes, absolutely. It will be very interesting to share like the ideas, how you see the venture world from where you are, because it looks really differently from different countries of the world. And we are collecting all the views, like being everywhere with our battles nowadays. Right, Alexander? And like, we are really glad that we are in Tokyo today because Japan plays a crucial role in the startup and venture ecosystem. And it will be very interesting to know from the perspective of people who are there, how is it the deal flow nowadays? But I see the girls signaling me that we have already the results. Do we? Are we ready to announce the winners? Yeah, tell me something.
Waiting and waiting.
Okay.
So it was last chance for every startup to get some more remarks.
Okay. So let's.
Let me check 1 moment. So we have the results.
Do we have the results? Are we ready to announce? Lila, I don't hear you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, who got the third place?
The third place, what was it? Goes to the most common, startup. Oh no, we have changed the results. Our musical startup, I'm Music Composer, is on third place. Our congratulations.
Wonderful, Akihiro.
So we will contact you later about home details.
We actually can't hear the results. There's music at the back.
Yeah, I don't hear anything, Anna.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on. I wanted to make it really like a celebration wise. You don't want music? Okay. You, you are the boss. You don't want music? You won't have the music. Next time we will invite Akihiro to do music for our events, right? Because Zoom sometimes, yeah, plays a really, not a really good music on the background. So Akihiro, you are needed by Startup.Network badly.
Anna, but can you repeat who is on the third place today?
Our future music composer with AI in music.
Okay.
Akihiro.
Yeah, so Akihiro, we'll contact you later. Our congratulations, and be ready to join us at the Unicorn Cup if everything will be.
Oh, Lila, I don't. Now, like I am. Akihiro got the third place, right?
Of course. Yes.
Who got?
Yes.
Yeah. Who got the second one?
This second goes to startup to Umenoki. My congratulations. You got really great results.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
And the first place goes to Blastolis. They pitched the first. My congratulations. It was a great strategy.
Okay, wonderful.
Anna, can you repeat, please? Because Lilia's voice is very low.
Okay. Did you hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay, third place is music composer. Second place, Umenoki with the pregnancies solutions. And the first place is Plastolist with the solution with getting rid of all those waste from our oceans and land and whatever. Congratulations. Get ready for pitching for 150 VCs all over the world.
So our official part is over, and now we are really happy to have you all for networking. We have extra time. We have some questions for our startups, and it's a great opportunity to come back or discuss some more interesting trends or how actually it's going on in Japan.
Yeah, you can exchange with the startups whatever you want in chat. And now we would like to know from judges, Japanese judges. How are you doing nowadays? How is like investing into startups? How's deal flow? Has anything changed? Or maybe you are used to working online, and please tell us. How is the Japanese startup and VC industry different from all other world? How you see it?
Maybe Anna, I really have a question.
Go ahead.
So, as I know from what you told me, it was not so easy to find startups in Japan who speaks English. So if compared to other countries, it was much harder. And it's really interesting for me if it is a problem of language, or if we just don't understand the channels, how we can find startups. And so because we use the channels to which we used in other parts of the world. Can anybody talk a little bit and explain to us? I mean, judges from Japan.
Yes, so you want the link that you can want to find the VC, Japanese VC, or
No,
startup company?
Of course, we are looking for VCs, but also for startups. And when we were looking for startups, they were not really active. So probably because of the language, because it's English-speaking event, or maybe some other reason that we don't understand really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some websites that which just gives you all the list of the Japanese startup companies, and I can just send you all the links if you want.
Yeah, but it was really hard to find like the really English speaking startups. Is it like custom? Like we understood it that most startups are concentrated on the Japanese problems. They don't need to seek money abroad, so they don't need to I don't know, learn English or like
or maybe
English.
it's just another reason, Anna, because if Japanese VC market is really big, so the startups don't need to go abroad and look for money. I mean, in USA or in Europe, is it a really big and developed market in Japan for startups?
I think I can give you a perspective on that, given that I am working with many startups. So I go to meetups, right? In general, there are a lot of startups that are available here. And yes, you will always probably face a problem of the language, right? One of the things that we do when we talk to startups is probably use a Zoom translate function, which is phenomenal, right? Have a translator, let them choose the, have an interpreter online. And then basically you choose your language and you only hear the language that you speak and can understand, right? So I think that's something you can do. We use it very actively. In terms of the acquisitions or investment market, yes, some of the players are really huge. Some of the conglomerates which are in this region, I don't have to take names, you would already know that. They focus very heavily on startups, and not only Japanese startups, but worldwide. So I've had clients who had invested in areas such as France, Latin America, Mexico, you take the name, right? So India, of course, and even China, right? So there are a lot of, the investment market is very big, but they're very self-sufficient also, as you said, right? So sometimes the startups may think, well, we already have things available locally. Why do we need to pitch to judges outside of Japan? So that is a very valid point that might prevent you from getting more participation in this online event.
Yeah, thank you. It was really great to know that.
Anna, do you remember when we were in India with our unicorn battle? And so the local guys told us that there are really a lot of capital from Japan in India.
Absolutely. Yeah, there is like a long-term cultural ties, right? It's custom for Japanese people to invest in India and vice versa. Yeah, right?
I wouldn't know that, but but yes, Japan does invest a lot in India. I do not know if it's related to culture or something, but there are good tie-ups within organizations, product organizations specifically. So like some of the public information that I can share is, for example, SoftBank has a lot of investments in India, a lot, right? And so does Mitsubishi. Right, so this is public information. So if you look into those, you would just find like I mean, just the amount of money the big houses have here for investment is a lot. They have a lot of liquid cash to invest. So the market is big. I think it's all about. I think language is definitely a barrier for you. So if you could do the same event in Japanese, you would see a lot of participation. So just utilize maybe that translation feature of Zoom that I'm telling you about. It's very successful.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes, maybe like in next years, our challenge will be due on national languages, not only like local startups, but also national languages everywhere. Yeah, it will be a great challenge, right, Alexander, for us to learn
Yeah, absolutely.
all those languages. But we can do it, right? There is nothing that Startup Network cannot do. Yeah.
Yes. So maybe somebody else has questions to our Japanese friends.
Okay, maybe I can share my experience in the VC market, since I'm also Japanese but started private equity, now coming back to VC's market.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that there's, as somebody have given comment in the chat, but there is more investors versus the companies that is receiving fundings. And in the decade, this past decade was the era where a lot of people, especially institutional investors from Japan, there was a tendency that they have to bring over money, pour in money to somebody else. And there were like the renowned VCs like Globis Capital, YJ Capitals, or these big names who have just already started to make success out of their investments. That all these companies there's decent amount of investors that the company can ask for first in Japan, that is making people not kind of completing their fundraising tasks in the Japan market itself. I do see in Tokyo that my friends are entrepreneurs. These people ask their friends or their networks, and that kind of concludes all these big checks. And for even VCs and other, if Globis or this big company comes, the investment ticket to success, that people tends to just invest, they follow on to these big names. And that's why I guess it's easier for the more startups to invest. Being invested by these VCs. And I'm actually proud of these the people who have presented today, that they're coming over to this global market for their ambition. And I'm hoping that they will have more on this for the next sessions. Thank you. And if anybody's happy, I'll be happy to give you links to this. As Ito-san mentioned, there is acceleration programs in Japan, in Tokyo, Nagoya, Fukuoka, that all these startups first go their market and try to see if their ideas make sense. And then so there's decent places and funding sources that's kind of filling up these investee companies. Yeah.
That's great. Yes, please do share them with us. We would really appreciate your help. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Anyone else would help us to understand Indian market?
Why Indian?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it's too late. No, yeah, Japanese market. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, I have no idea. Maybe somebody in India is thinking of me. So
yeah, probably.
Still. Yes, guys. Please come on. Let's talk. I know it's too late in night in Japan, but.
So dear startups, as I told you before, it's your chance to talk to any one of us. Please use it.
But I would like maybe Anna to ask startups as well. So probably they can tell us a little bit how easy for them to raise money in Japan, and which possibilities do they have, and why they have decided to pitch here on International English Speaking Battle. Maybe they can explain a little bit to us.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
Guys?
Maybe I can answer.
Sure. Yeah, our winner.
Of course, it heavily depends on the industry and the stage. But I think it relatively used to be easier before the pandemic, because there are lot of VCs, so many options in my experience. And also so many public grants as well from the government of Japan. It's called NEDO, for example, NEDO. And every week or month, there are several grants in different fields. We have a branch office in Luxembourg in Europe and the UK. But compared with Europe, I personally think Japanese public grants are more available than those in Europe.
Okay.
So you think there are more venture capital money in Japan than in Europe.
Even government money, from what I understood, right?
Honestly, I don't know when it comes to the VC in the environment between Europe and Japan. But in case of the public grants, I would say those in Japan could be better, in my personal experience.
Interesting.
And can you tell us, for example, if you have 10 friends and they have startups, yeah, which of them will speak English?
How
Two
many
of
of
them,
them?
3 of them, yeah, how many of them?
Generally speaking, they don't speak English well. And also they focus on the market in Japan only, especially when it comes to software or AI based. Because as you know, it's already dominated by foreign startups in the world. So one of the differentiations is they focus in Japan.
Okay,
I think.
so
I might
they,
be wrong. I might be wrong, but I personally think so.
yeah, so the Japanese market is so big that the startups don't need to go somewhere.
Elsewhere, elsewhere,
Yeah,
yeah.
fortunately or unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Can I share my thought?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So my name is Yuhei Rabin, and right now I'm in Paris. And then I started for a Japanese startup, and then I was the director of the European division. And then for the Japanese startup, the first phase, they are focusing Japan market. But a lot of the founder want to go out. But basically, the investor try to convince them not go out. And then after a certain level, investor allow them to go out. But sometimes it's too late. But now a lot of startups going to Series C, Series D, they are ready to go out. At that point, foreign investor can help them because they know the market, they know the network. So I'd like to ask you to connect to the Japanese startup who raised C or D. They are available to go out. So these kind of startup, basically they can speak English, actually, but difficult to know whether they speak English or not. But basically they have someone who can speak English. So please contact them. They can find someone who can speak with you. So that's my opinion.
Thank you very much for sharing that. Yes, it's very useful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So can I add something?
Please do.
Of course.
I'm an investor and entrepreneur. And as far as I can see, our biggest digital transformation in the next few years, well, 5 years, will be smart city. Everything is connected. Where in Tokyo, in other 10 areas, where even Toyota says they don't manufacture cars anymore, but they say they're mobility as a service company. So, manufacturing companies are moving to mobility as a service company, where Japanese are good at making things, but very poor at connecting things. So there's a lot of demand for IoT, big data, and AI to make the connected city much smarter. And also another trend is because of increasing a number of senior people in Japan, we focus on healthcare technology for senior people by using AI and IoT, using the 5G, edge computing, and so on. And the other trend is happening under the surface is Web3 using blockchain technology. Since Japan is well behind in terms of AI, big data. So if you want to disrupt, if I may say this way, you want to transform the world, maybe blockchain technology would be the one. So some of my colleagues, very smart guys, are collaborating with the China guys, focusing on Web3, where everything is decentralized.
Very
That's my
interesting.
presentation. Yeah.
Thank you, Akihiko. Yes, I would really convince all of the VCs and investors join us for our other VC house, or Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, where we have people from all over the world, and we make meetings where you can exchange deals, you can exchange ideas, you can share your thoughts from different perspective of view, because startups is really about the open world, the world without borders. And so I would really advise all of you to join us in our building a global community, because that's what we are doing, really, right, Alexander?
Absolutely.
Yes, and we would really be glad to see all of you more at our events all over the world, and also not only at the events, but also speaking directly with us. So please approach us if you would like to get connected.
Yeah, and come to our next battles, probably. Yeah.
Yes. Lila, can you show us where our next battles? We are going simultaneously to Europe and United States next week.
Yeah, so you're all welcome to join our London event on June 23 and Chicago event. So it will be really great. You can find links to the event pages in our chat already. If you need any help, please contact me directly here in chat or in LinkedIn, anywhere. I will also share my contacts. So thank you so much for this great evening, for a great battle.
It was great to see you all, see you more. Yeah, it was nice to get acquainted with all of you. Nice to see our old friends. Thank you, Platinum
Sorry,
Engineering,
is it possible
for
to
helping us.
ask a question?
Yes, sure. You have a couple minutes more. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I would like, it's more like a question to VCs and judges. How a Japanese-based startup, like I'm talking about Yumineki, for example, right now, could seek angel investment overseas? Do you have advice on that? From overseas?
Really, I can tell a little bit about it. So, it's not really very easy in any part of the world for the startups to look for angel investments abroad. So usually angels invest in the same cities where they located. And so this is probably the reason that it will not be very easy for you to go to another country and look for angel investments. It will be easy for you to find, for example, late seed around A or B already, but not angel investments.
Yeah. Come to our battles everywhere, because we have a lot of people, yes, and VCs and business angels, because you see only the panelists, right? And we have a lot of audience watching us, our live broadcasting and our social pages and our attendees who you do not see, but there are a lot of angel investors among them. So guys, it was nice to see everyone.
Yes, see you next time.
Yes, all the best. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.